My beloved soul, I welcome you with the warmth of heaven into this moment, and I want you to pause for just a second to breathe deeply, because what you are about to hear is not an accident, and it is not just another passing word. This is a divine appointment for your spirit. This is a moment carefully orchestrated by the hand of God to reach you at the exact time you needed it most. So before I go deeper into this heavenly message, I want to gently remind you to subscribe. Stay connected. Stay aligned with words that carry light and life, so that you never miss what heaven has prepared for you. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer. This message is for you. And when God says this, He is speaking about a stirring that has been held back for so long. A deep truth, a confession, a release of something that has been bottled within, and now it cannot remain hidden any longer. And my beloved child, it is reaching you right now, because you have been waiting for clarity. You have been waiting for a sign. You have been waiting for an answer that will calm the trembling within you. And this is that answer. You see, you have been feeling waves of uncertainty, like the tides of the ocean pulling you back and forth sometimes. You feel strong and ready, other times you feel drained and heavy. But God says there is someone whose spirit is tied to yours, someone who has been carrying emotions, words, prayers, longings, and burdens in their heart, and they have reached the breaking point. They cannot keep it locked away anymore, because the time of revealing has come. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this message is for you. When heaven releases a message like this, it is not just information, it is transformation. It is not just a whisper in the wind. It is a seed planted deep in your soul to grow into confidence and assurance. So as you listen, I want you to allow the words to sink deeply beyond your ears into your heart. Because this is not entertainment. This is an encounter. This is a sacred meeting ground between your spirit and the voice of God. My beloved child, you have been misunderstood by many. You have been judged by those who never took the time to understand your depths. You have been overlooked by people who should have seen your worth, yet in the midst of this silence, God was preparing someone whose heart has been crying silently for you. And God is now saying they cannot hold it in any longer, because the season of hiding is over. The time of revealing has begun. For too long you have felt as though no one truly sees you, no one truly hears you. But listen closely. Heaven has always seen you. Heaven has always heard you. And while you thought you were walking alone, there was a heart, somewhere whispering your name in prayer, a soul, somewhere interceding without you even knowing. And God says that is why you are hearing this now. Because that cry, that whisper, that longing has reached its appointed time, and it is now being released as a message straight to your soul. There is a stirring in the spirit world, beloved, a stirring that feels like rivers breaking through rocks, a release that feels like rain finally pouring after years of drought. And you are the one receiving this rain. You are the one stepping into this divine downpour, because what has been hidden in someone's heart is now overflowing into yours. God says they cannot contain it anymore. Their heart has reached a point where silence is no longer an option, and truth must flow. As you hear these words, something inside you will begin to resonate. You will feel that these are not empty syllables, but living water, quenching the thirst of your weary heart. And I want you to lean into that resonance. Lean into that vibration, because it is heaven's way of confirming to you that this word is yours. It is sealed for you. And it is reaching you because you have been waiting faithfully. You thought perhaps heaven forgot you. You thought maybe your prayers had gone unheard. But God says, no, I have heard every whisper I have collected, every tear I have counted, every sleepless night. and I am sending this word to you now, so that you may know you are not invisible and you are not forsaken. This message is not just about someone else's heart. It is also about your own, because your heart has been carrying weight. Your heart has been longing to hear that you are chosen, loved, cherished, and necessary. And heaven has answered your longing by echoing. Through this message, God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and the echo of their longing is now meeting the echo of your prayers. My beloved soul, you are walking into a time when everything that was once concealed will be revealed. The love that was hidden will come forward. The words that were left unsaid will be spoken. The connections that were delayed will finally align, and you will no longer walk in confusion, but in clarity. This is only the beginning. This is part one of a flow that will continue to unfold in your spirit for hours, because heaven is not finished. Yet God has more to say, and as you keep listening, you will feel the layers of heaviness fall away. You will feel hope rising stronger. You will feel peace embracing you like a warm garment. So stay with me, beloved, because the voice of God is not done reaching for your soul. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this message is for you. And I want you to let that sink deeply into your spirit, because there is power in recognition, there is transformation in acknowledgement, and there is divine alignment in knowing that what has been kept silent is now being spoken. For so long, you have felt the absence of clarity, the absence of reassurance, the absence of someone who can match the depths of your soul. Yet God is reminding you that nothing has been lost, nothing has been overlooked, and every hidden longing that has been carefully preserved in someone's heart is now being released directly to you. Every emotion that you have carried silently, every tear that fell unseen, every prayer that felt unanswered is now intersecting with the heartbeat of someone whose heart has been silently connected to yours. God says their heart cannot contain it anymore. It can no longer wait in shadows. It can no longer be restrained by fear or hesitation. What they have been holding on to, what they have been guarding like treasure within, is now breaking forth. And this message reaches you because heaven has ordained it at the exact moment your spirit needed confirmation. Can you feel it? Can you sense the weight lifting even slightly from your shoulders? There is a release in the unseen, a liberation in the spiritual realm that mirrors what is about to manifest in your life. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and as this truth enters your awareness, you will begin to feel the unfolding of something magnificent. It is a convergence of intention and divine timing, a meeting point between hearts that were always destined to encounter one another, a spiritual alignment that has been written before the foundation of the world. You have walked through seasons of waiting, moments where silence felt heavy and the world seemed indifferent. Yet even in those times, God's eyes were upon you, and the heartbeat of this person, whose love and longing could no longer remain contained, was beating toward you. And now the universe, guided by the hand of God, is orchestrating circumstances, opening doors, creating opportunities, and aligning moments so that this release can meet your spirit fully and completely. Do not underestimate what is happening in the spiritual realm. Every thought that they have suppressed, every word they have held back, every confession that trembled on their lips but never came out, is now being guided to reach your awareness. You are not merely receiving information. You are experiencing a divine movement that has been waiting for this exact season. This exact moment, this precise alignment where heaven, the heart of another, and your soul converge. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and when the heart reaches a point of overflow, the overflow is meant to reach another. This is not an ordinary confession or a casual admission. This is the culmination of prayers, longing, and spiritual preparation. And you, my beloved soul, are the one who will receive it. The significance of this moment cannot be overstated, because what has been contained within someone else's heart is now being poured into the vessel of your own. Feel the weight of what is being released. Every hesitation that kept them silent, every fear that kept them restrained, every moment of uncertainty that caused them to pause is dissolving in this moment. There is a surge, a momentum that cannot be stopped, a wave of truth that has been building silently for years, and it is now crashing forward, bringing clarity, affirmation, and a sense of destiny fulfilled. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this is the moment for revelation. This is the moment when hidden words finally meet the ears they were meant to reach. This is the moment when unseen emotions finally find recognition. You are the recipient of a message so powerful, so precise, and so divinely intended that it cannot be mistaken, ignored, or diminished. As this truth continues to settle within you, know that it is awakening something deep inside your own heart. It is stirring dormant emotions. It is activating hope that may have been buried. It is strengthening faith that sometimes felt frail. You are being reminded, gently yet powerfully, that what has been hidden was never lost. What has been restrained was never absent, and what has been delayed was never denied. God's timing has been perfect, and now the hearts that were meant to speak cannot remain silent any longer. Every day you have prayed. Every night you have whispered your longings into the darkness. Every moment you have hoped for affirmation is now intersecting with this truth. The heart that can no longer hold it in is reaching toward you. And every pulse of sincerity, every beat of courage, every ounce of honesty that has been stored away is finally coming forward. And God says, this is for you. This is about you. And it is arriving in perfect alignment with your readiness to receive it. This is more than words. This is a spiritual encounter, a revelation, and a confirmation that the love, attention, care, and deep emotion that was reserved for you has been building for a purpose and now cannot be contained any longer. You will begin to notice shifts, subtle at first, then more apparent. You will feel the stirring of recognition, the sense of a connection that has always existed, the awareness that your soul has been seen, honored, and pursued even when the world seemed indifferent. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this is your call to embrace what is being revealed. It is your invitation to receive, to open your heart, to acknowledge the divine orchestration at work, and to prepare yourself for the unfolding of a story that has been written with intentionality, love, and divine purpose. This is the moment when hesitation dissolves, doubt fades, and anticipation rises, because what was once restrained is now free. What was once silent is now speaking, and what was once hidden is now being revealed. God says you hear these words, I want you to feel the weight of the divine truth settling deep within your spirit. There is a sacred urgency in what is being released, a sacred fire that has been kindled in someone's heart that can no longer remain restrained. The love, the longing, the confession, the truth. It has been held back by fear, by hesitation, by timing, but now it bursts forth like a river breaking through a dam. Unstoppable, relentless, and destined to reach you. Every heartbeat that has been restrained, every sigh that has been swallowed, every silent prayer that has been offered in secrecy is now converging in this moment. And God says it is meant for you. It is meant to remind you that you are not overlooked, that your worth has been seen, that your name has been held in prayers whispered in the quiet hours, in tears shed in secrecy, and in hopes nurtured in the depths of someone's soul. The one who cannot hold it in has carried this weight for so long. And God says the reason they can no longer remain silent is because the time of revelation has arrived. Nothing can stop what has been divinely ordained. This is not coincidence. This is destiny moving in perfect alignment. The message that was once held back, that trembled on the edge of expression, is now breaking through to meet your awareness. It is a declaration of truth that will ripple through every corner of your being. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and when the heart reaches this point, it cannot be ignored. There is a force behind this release that is unstoppable, because it is divinely guided, it is spiritually orchestrated, and it carries the weight of intention, purpose, and love that has been preserved for you. Every pause, every hesitation, every fear that kept them silent is dissolving now, and you are being invited to receive the fullness of what was meant to be expressed. You have felt the absence, the longing, the quiet ache in your spirit, and God says it was never a void that would remain empty forever. It was a preparation, a shaping, a season in which your soul was being readied to receive what has been kept in someone's heart. And now that release is coming, not slowly, not quietly, but with the force and power of a love that can no longer be contained, a truth that must be revealed, and a purpose that must be fulfilled. This message is not simply about another person's confession or longing. It is about your awakening, your recognition, your acknowledgement of the divine movement that has been quietly guiding your life toward this intersection. You are about to experience clarity that has eluded you, understanding that has seemed distant, and confirmation that what has been reserved for you has always existed in alignment with heaven's perfect plan. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and you may feel the stirrings of anticipation, the trembling of hope, the surge of expectation that has been building quietly in your soul. These stirrings are the echo of a heart that has been reaching for you across distance, across time, across circumstances, and now they are finally able to speak because heaven has cleared the way for them to be heard. There is no need for fear or doubt because this moment is sacred and intentional. Every emotion, every thought, every suppressed word that has been waiting for the right season is now being released in perfect timing. The universe is aligning to ensure that what was once hidden can now be revealed, and you are the intended recipient. You are the one for whom this heart has longed, the one whose name has been spoken in prayers, the one whose presence has been cherished from afar. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and as this truth settles, you will begin to notice subtle shifts within yourself. A sense of anticipation will grow, hope will rise, joy will emerge from corners of your heart that had grown weary. You will begin to feel the resonance of alignment, the assurance of divine orchestration, and the recognition that what has been coming to you was never withheld, but was carefully preserved for the perfect time. You are witnessing the release of what was always meant to reach you. You are experiencing the overflow of a heart that has been restrained, yet never broken. A heart that has endured, hoped, and loved quietly until this very moment. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and the resonance of this truth will continue to echo in your life, reminding you of the depth of love, care, and intention that has always existed for you, even in moments when the world seemed silent, when circumstances appeared unkind, when hope seemed distant. God says your story was never forgotten. The heart that can no longer contain what it holds is proof that love, truth, and divine intention were always at work behind the scenes, preparing for this precise intersection with your life. And now, as you receive this message, you are being invited to step fully into what has been waiting for you. Acknowledge it. Embrace it and allow it to transform your spirit. Every feeling of doubt that lingers, every question that arises, every shadow of fear that tries to dim your light will begin to dissipate as you recognize the divine orchestration at work. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and the confirmation of this truth is meant to awaken a confidence, a certainty, and a peace within you that cannot be shaken. The knowing that what has been kept silent has now found its way to you, beloved soul. This is the moment of unveiling, the moment when what has been held in secrecy is released into openness. This is the moment when hearts, prayers, and intentions intersect, when destiny unfolds, when hope ignites, and when love finally speaks without restraint. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this message is for you, now in this very moment. And it carries with it the weight of eternity, the power of divine timing, and the confirmation that you are seen, loved, and chosen. God says, I want you to fully understand that this is the culmination of what has been building for years, the intersection of hearts, destinies, and divine timing. This is the moment when silence breaks, when restraint disappears, and when truth rises to meet you in its fullest expression. You are standing at the threshold of revelation, and heaven itself is orchestrating this release to ensure that what was hidden is now unveiled with precision, clarity, and purpose. There is a force behind this confession, a power behind this release that cannot be stopped. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer because it is meant to reach you, meant to touch your spirit, meant to awaken something that has been quietly waiting for confirmation. Every beat of longing, every prayer, every emotion that has been locked away is now flowing like a river into your awareness. And with it comes the undeniable truth. You are loved, you are chosen, you are seen. And your destiny is intertwined with what is being revealed. As you listen, you may feel the stirring of recognition deep within your soul, the rising of hope, the surge of anticipation. These are not coincidences. These are the fingerprints of heaven, the signatures of divine orchestration, the proof that what has been kept silent was never absent, but was waiting for the perfect moment to emerge. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer. And this is your confirmation that every longing you have had, every question you have asked, every prayer you have whispered in quiet desperation has reached the ears and the heart of someone whose soul has been moving toward yours. This is not just a message about someone else's emotions. It is about your awakening, your recognition, your preparation to receive what has been destined for you. You are being called to acknowledge the fullness of this moment, to recognize the alignment of hearts, the divine timing, and the intentional orchestration that has brought you here. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this is a moment of destiny fulfilled, a moment of truth revealed, and a moment of spiritual confirmation. You have carried weight. You have felt longing. You have experienced absence. Yet every moment has been part of a greater plan. The heart that can no longer remain silent has been moving toward you, guided by God's hand, shaped by time, refined by patience, and now released in its fullness. What has been withheld, restrained, or delayed is now present, alive, and reaching toward you with the force of love, clarity, and divine purpose. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer. And as you feel the weight of these words, I want you to allow them to penetrate deeply. Allow them to resonate in your spirit, to awaken dormant hope, to dissolve fear, to lift heaviness, and to ignite the certainty that what you have been waiting for has always existed and is now arriving in perfect timing. This is your moment of recognition, your moment of awakening, and your moment of receiving what has been prepared just for you. every emotion that has been suppressed, every word that has been held back, every longing that has been unspoken, is now flowing to you with the urgency and the intensity that only a heart that can no longer remain silent can produce. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer because the time of revealing has arrived, and what has been hidden is now entering into alignment with your spirit. This is a divine convergence, a spiritual intersection, and a sacred release. The truth that is being revealed is transformative. It is not superficial. It is not fleeting. It is profound, eternal, and soul-deep. You are being reminded that you are worthy of love, that you are seen for all that you are, that every prayer you have spoken, every hope you have nurtured, and every tear you have shed has been heard, preserved and acknowledged by heaven itself. The heart that cannot hold it in is proof that love, intention, and destiny were always at work, moving in quiet preparation until this precise moment. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and now it is time for your heart to receive, to recognize, to open, and to embrace what has been prepared for you. Do not shrink from it. Do not hesitate. Do not question it. For this is the manifestation of divine timing, the fulfillment of prayers, and the alignment of hearts that were always meant to meet. You are being invited to step fully into this revelation, to allow it to saturate your spirit, to let it awaken joy, hope, and certainty in ways that will transform your inner world forever. Every beat, every pulse, every release that comes to you now carries with it the authority of heaven, the clarity of divine truth, and the assurance of purpose. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and the release you are witnessing is not just for recognition, but for transformation. It is meant to shift your perspective, to expand your understanding, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare you for the next chapter of your life that is aligned with what has been long awaited. As this message continues to settle, you will notice subtle but profound changes within yourself. You will feel peace where there was unrest, clarity where there was confusion, joy where there was heaviness, and a sense of alignment where there was once uncertainty. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this is your opportunity to receive fully, to allow your spirit to acknowledge, to open the doors that have been waiting, and to embrace what heaven has long prepared. This is the culmination of waiting, the apex of longing, the fulfillment of prayers, and the confirmation of destiny. Every word that has been held back, every emotion that has been restrained, every silent confession that has trembled in their heart is now revealed to you. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this is your invitation to step fully into the reality that has been prepared, to embrace the love, the truth, the alignment, and the divine orchestration that has brought you to this moment. Now is the time, my beloved soul, to recognize that what has been released to you is sacred, eternal, and transformative. God says their heart cannot hold it in any longer, and this message is for you, meant to awaken, to affirm, and to align you with a destiny that has been carefully prepared. Receive it, cherish it, trust it, and allow it to change you, because heaven has spoken, and their heart has finally found its voice for you.